glass has got really complicated over the last couple hundred years. What I'm going to show you today is two things. This is a sample box from the 1970s. The 1970s in North America, we were essentially one of two manufacturers. It was Libby Owens Ford and PPG. We made plate glass at that time. We started making float glass here in the 60s, late 50s, but really plate glass was still the general product that was used in most commercial buildings. So there's two manufacturers that make plate glass. And if you can see our sample kit, we essentially made 12 different products. So a couple thicknesses, a couple different colors. But what we do is you'd make this glass, you'd pull it out of the furnace, you'd polish it on both sides, and then you have this really flat, highly optical piece of glass. Essentially what you do is you take one of these 12 options, you cut it into a rectangle, and you stick it into a frame. I mean, that was really how most commercial buildings were made, is you had 12 options. The options between us and the competitor were pretty much the same. But really, 12 options, you cut it in, stuck it in a hole. I mean, that's pretty simple. Boils down even in the 1970s to what it took to make a window in a building. Compare that to today, you know, there's probably in North America 24 different manufacturers that all make their own different products. Maybe not all the base glass, but the base glass plus the coating, there's at least a couple dozen different manufacturers. And instead of just taking that piece of glass, cutting a rectangle and sticking it in the hole, what you've got to do is you typically are taking a low E glass, you're dropping that in what's called an IGU, an insulated glazing unit, with most times an uncoated piece of glass as the interior light. And now these two pieces of glass in combination in an IGU are what is put into the building as a window. So essentially, instead of making 12 pieces of glass, 12 different types, we now have probably 100, 150 different types, depending on how you want to classify it. So that times 2, because there's all these different combinations you can get, times 20 or 30 different manufacturers, means that there's literally millions of different combinations that you can do. And there's all these new codes. Instead of just saying we want a building that looks like this and performs like this, now we're saying we want buildings that can deter birds. We want buildings that can drive daylight. We want buildings that are switchable. We want buildings that generate electricity. I mean, there's all these different complex things that are out there that are available today and that are coming. And so as a result, there's all this complexity, and people are saying, well, I just want a simple solution. There's just sometimes not a simple solution, and it may be different depending on the building, depending on the orientation, depending on all these things. So what we want to try and encourage you to do is watch some of these clips that we're going to be putting out. Go to our website, go to some of our online resources. We have webinars available. We have ATS bulletins available. We have a number of different things that you can use in that education journey to try and figure out what is it that I really want to try and do, and then which of these hundreds of products are the right ones. Sometimes there are products and sometimes they're not, you know, but what we really want to do is help people understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish and help you achieve those goals. And if we do that, you're probably going to come back to us and ask us for more glass education help in the future. Anyway, I hope this is informational for you. I hope it's educational. If you have any questions, I'm always available by email and phone. We've got a pretty comprehensive team around the globe that can help you. So any glass questions at all, just let us know. We really want to try and help you. And we want to help you through these kind of challenging times and help you be better, stronger, more educated, have a better toolbox available for when we do come out of this so that we can work together to help grow. Take care.